Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Antonio Lamar checking in. Now, today I just want to talk about the spring game, the 2023 OU football spring game, the red and white game, as we like to call it. The white team ended up winning 84 to 82. The white team was the defense, offense was the red team. Actually, it was a pretty cool game. Turned out okay. Actually, the ending was pretty exciting, so that was a good thing. But we'll start from the top. First play was a reverse that was batted down. You know what I'm saying? Could have been a big play. Looked like they had a man open down there, down the field. Sawchuk, he was the first running back in the game that I noticed. So Sawchuk got the first snaps. We know that Barnes was not playing. I think he had a little minor surgery. Stogner, ironically, gets the first catch on a 3rd and 10 for a first down from Dylan Gabriel to get the ball rolling. Defense looked pretty decent out there, so they were pretty stingy especially in the first quarter. But on that first drive, Gibson dropped a 4th down throw from Gabriel. It was thrown a little bit behind, so I can't totally blame Gibson for that, but he still should have caught the ball. Well, actually, I can't blame him for that one because he still should have caught that. Went right through his hands. Tried to catch it with his body. Looks like he was kind of falling down, but yeah, good receiver. Got to get his hands on there. No disrespect, Jaden. I know you can get better, but that'll come into play again later on. But anyway, Arnold stepped in the game. He's second string quarterback, as we all, knew he would be. And his first couple passes was batted down, I think. Uh, Dalen Smothers was actually the second running back to come in the game today, and he played a lot of snaps. He's a freshman who missed a lot of time because he did not get to play due to I think like an address discrepancy or something like that his senior year. One of those things where, a lot of coaches get to recruiting and all that stuff, and we don't know exactly what happened. At least I don't. The kid, I remember talking about it when it happened, but it was so long ago I can't really remember all the details. Jackson Arnold, he made a long, like a 53-yard run, but he got called back because he actually got touched after just a couple yards. But it was a very exciting play if it would have counted. Peyton Bowen, he stepped up, got an interception on a deep ball from Dylan Gabriel. A nice play, played the ball very well in the air. Got in front of the receiver, had the receiver on his back, pulled it in over the shoulder. Nice catch. You know what I'm saying? Showing some good ability off the top. That's what I like to see. A couple freshmen played decent today. Caleb Hicks, he's the third running back to get on the field. I noticed that. Arnold's first completion was to Gavin Freeman. A nice little short pass. And it was a pretty decent throw. Not much to it. I noticed Deshaun McCullough was playing very well early. I think he had 2 pass breakups, and he was all over the field. Made another big play on the 3rd or 4th down. I can't remember, on the sideline. Made a tackle, damn near clothesline the dude. I did notice that Dylan Gabriel's accuracy was slightly off when he's forced to move. So like when he drops back, when he's forced to move out the pocket, that's when we start having accuracy discrepancies with Dylan Gabriel. But overall, he did okay. He had a good game, and he picked it up in the second quarter. The defensive line, especially early, well, really throughout the game, was just winning the war in the trenches. It was really not even close. They had a lot of sacks on the quarterback. And I remember, like, in the second quarter, Dylan Gabriel threw the first touchdown pass of the day to Farouk, somewhere around 20 yards, 18 yards, somewhere like that. It was a nice throw on the sideline. Farouk had his man beat. He was pretty open. Threw a second touchdown to Blake Smith. The starting offensive line played better in the second quarter than they did in the first quarter. And then I remember Sawchuk, he then scored on a swing pass from Dylan Gabriel. out to the flat. Sawchuk did pretty decent. He's running real hard. Had a couple nice plays. Just nothing really big. That was one of his bigger plays of the day. And I remember in the third, at Abare, he ran down Hicks on a running play. They got strung out to the sideline. Adebaware showing his speed from the defensive end. The big time 5-star freshman showing his skills and athleticism to get to the sideline. Really promising. Also, we had a DJ Graham sighting. Made a great play on a deep ball from Bevel in the third quarter. Had to come back for the ball, but nonetheless still made the catch falling down. Then he made another catch downfield. He spent back to the inside and ran for a long gain, almost scored a touchdown. And then after an unsuccessful little quick drop play that they tried to just hit over the middle, they came right back to it. To Fanuel, he caught a 6-yard touchdown pass from Bevel. Thinking of fourth, Smothers made a great long run. He spinned off to about 2 people, I think. Yeah, he had a nice little run down in there. So that looked promising. Although, so a lot of his runs got stuffed early, just kind of stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't really get the offensive line, especially the second team offensive line was having a hard day. They were really struggling. So, but we know that Beatonbow, he'll mix and match and do what he does throughout camp. And then even in the first couple games, he usually doesn't settle in on a starting lineup consistent to about the third or fourth game, it seems like. I could be wrong, but it seems like it takes him about 3 games at least to get that pushing. And finally, Jackson Arnold, after not really playing the greatest, I think he was like 6 for 13 at the end of the day for 63 yards or 59, somewhere around 60 yards. But he did on that last drive. The game was coming to an end. They threw him back out there. Offense just needed a touchdown and a 2-point to win the game, because basically whoever scored 84 points first or who was winning at the end of the game was going to win the game. It came down to the end. It was Arnold he threw a beautiful pass, honestly, to Gavin Freeman. He layered it in between the linebackers and DBs. It was and kind of over another arm. It was nice. It was a nice layer throw. Showed the potential that he does have. The kid does look like he had poise. The game looked a little fast for him, but he's a freshman. He's still supposed to be in high school right now, so I don't really blame him for not looking the greatest. But that drive right there showed a lot of promise, and I think a lot of OU fans probably was glad to see that because it did look good. I mean, beautiful throw. And then, so they had to go for 2. It was 82-82. They went for 2. They rolled out to the right. Jackson Arnold moving, looking, throws the ball to the back of the end zone to none other than Jaden Gibson again, who dropped it. So the defense was awarded 2 points. It was a weird scoring system. Don't worry about it. They was awarded 2 points, so they won 84-82. Overall, I'm pleased. Just to be quite honest, I'd rather see the defense winning more than the offense when it comes to things like this on spring game. And the defense should have some advantages against a team that they've been practicing against a lot. They kind of know what's coming. They've seen these plays over and over and over, as we like to say. But still, on all the athleticism, the individual play from certain people, especially the young guys, looked really promising. And Jordan Kelly made a couple plays. He's who knows how long he's been there. But a couple familiar faces. But overall, the young guys was looking pretty good out there. Josiah Wagner had a good tackle coming up on a play. I like the way he plays with a lot of feistiness. Another freshman. But like I said, he looked good. Peyton Bowen looked good. Arnold finally started to come on that last drive. He just needs more reps, and he's going to be good. I'm really not concerned about him, looking at his arm talent. Made a couple nice throws to the outside, which I always like to see. A little late on one of those throws out there. His timing was off. I think Keith Jackson, Hall of Fame legend, OU tight end, pointed that out on the broadcast. So, but shout out to Venables, man. Shout out to Kyler Murray. He came out there, gave a little speech at halftime. You know, they unveiled his trophy. And hey, that was nice. I know that has to feel great. Having a statue getting posted by the stadium that you played for, it'll be there forever. So that was nice for Kyler Murray. Still had a little limp. You know, he had the ACL injury, but he was walking around looking good out there. Glad to see Baker Mayfield, you know, Owens, Billy Sims, them, and was Billy there? Jason White and Stoops. I'm tripping. I'm thinking about Billy. But I remember Jason was there for sure. And then Coach Stoops was there out there with him. And, you know, a lot of things was going on. Nice turnout for Kyler Murray. Nice to see him getting rewarded. Hopefully his NFL career continues to get better. Except when he's playing my Niners. But anyway, overall, I had a nice day watching the game, man. It's always good to see OU out there playing. It's been a while, you know. I see my boy Scissorhands made his acting debut up there. I had a couple lines in the little Kyler Murray hype videos in the barbershop cutting hair. Matter of fact, I need to go up there and get my hair cut here in a couple of days because, you know, been a while. But yeah, so nice to see Sis out there, man. Have to mess with him about that. But overall, good game. Nice showing from the defense. Offense was looked all right, but they'll improve, of course. So with that said, you know, see y'all next time on the next show. Boomer Sooner. Like and subscribe, please. And I'm out.